Hello and welcome to your Daily Express weather update, which this month is back at the Express headquarters in London. I'm going to just excuse myself, I'm a bit croaky today, but the show must go on and we'll get there in the end. A quick look back on April then, and for many of us the spring finally arrived with some wonderful glorious weather. Highs in the 20s, 23 Celsius at 73 Fahrenheit at St James's Park and 23.1 in Faversham last week, which was the hottest day of the year so far. The best of the weather was of course over central and southern regions of the UK. Not quite such a good story for the north, where it's been wetter, cooler and windier. Thank you for everybody up there who has tweeted me to let me know just how bad it is, while most of us in the south are enjoying a lovely burst of much longed for hot weather after the excruciatingly long winter. Into May then, and the good news is May is going to be a drier than average month. The bad news, there's nothing overly special on the way throughout the duration of the month. It's going to be a pretty average month, wetter at the beginning and wetter at the end. Into the bank holiday weekend then, and temperatures are going to slightly nudge up ever so much. It's going to be quite warm actually in the south, 24, 25, maybe even higher. So a really nice bank holiday weekend on the way. Some good spells of sunshine and some lovely long for bank holiday sunshine for many of us. Into the very first week, or the second week in May I should say, and it's going to be more settled for most of us. After the wetter period at the beginning of the month that I mentioned, the second week in May is going to be much more settled, much drier. Temperatures not so brilliant for many of us, and there's going to be a distinct east-west split when we come to the temperatures. Now, I've been speaking to Chris Tubbs, who's Deputy Chief Forecaster at the Met Office, and he's explained to me that the sea around the UK is still much colder than it would be at the extended winter we had into the early part of spring, which was very cold. So the cold air is going to come into the eastern part of the country, where it's going to keep those temperatures down. And as the air moves across the UK into the west, it's going to feel slightly warmer in that region. Nothing too special though, but it is going to feel warmer then. The warm weather in the west is going to continue into the third week of May. Again, nothing too special. We might get a few bursts of heat along the way, but nothing overly special. Overall, it's going to be an average sort of month. And as we get to the last part of May, the fourth week of May, temperatures are going to start to drop off ever so slightly around the whole country, and it's going to turn a bit more unsettled for most of us. As I mentioned, the end of the month is going to be wetter, windier, and a bit more unpleasant and miserable for most of the country. So a miserable sort of wet and windy end to the month. Still no steer just yet as to what summer holds in store, but fingers crossed June will bring it home. So overall for May then, a drier than average month, wetter at the beginning of the month, wetter at the end of the month, overall average temperatures with a distinct east-west split, colder in the east and warmer in the west. I'll be back this time next month, hopefully with a proper voice, but for now, this has been your Daily Express weather update.